Good afternoon, everyone, or whenever you're watching this on replay. Drew Griffin here on behalf of the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce. We are super excited for another edition of Chamber Chat Live here on Facebook in conjunction with a lot of our community news and events, news pages that are kind of transverse this entire Tri-County area, Pottstown, Phoenixville, Reading, Exeter, Exton, all kinds of places. We're going to be syndicating this actual live interview to all these different pages. So, Bill, I'm going to pass this over to you. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and our guest? I'll sit here in the background and make sure that everything goes smoothly. I'll catch up to you at the end of the interview. Thanks so much. Looking forward to this great interview.
Thanks, Drew. I appreciate it. And thank you again for all your efforts in putting this together. And if you haven't followed any of the local pages that Drew is currently managing, please do. Like he said, there's a whole host of them. Couldn't even name them all because there's too many. But thank you again to Drew. Thank you also to Eileen for coordinating this interview. And also for our sponsor, the Ben Exchange, your friends for business benefits. As always, through the course of this Facebook Live, we are going to be taking questions and comments, so feel free to interact with our guest today and myself as the host. Once again, my name is Bill Vitiello. I'm the Institutional and Business Development Manager from the Victory Bank and your host for Chamber Chat Live. So thanks again for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. My guest today is from Pearl Exhibit Group. Her name is Pat Loux. Pat, welcome to Chamber Chat Live.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How's it going for you?
It's
pretty
okay.
broad question, but
yeah, we're hanging in there.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I know. So you and we've actually met once. I don't know if you can recall. I think it was when I think probably about 2 years ago when you had an open house.
Yes.
As part of the chamber. And I tell you what, the hospitality that you and your team showed the visitors there was just phenomenal. Again, very friendly, very knowledgeable too. You really took us kind of through a mini tour of the space and really went into great detail about all the things that you can, offer the public. So if you wouldn't mind kind of explaining what the Pearl Exhibit Group is and what do you guys do?
Well, we are a trade show and exhibit house. So we do things for trade shows, everything from concept to design, to graphics, to building your display. We also print in-house, which a lot of trade show houses don't do that. So we can offer, there isn't any shipping charge when you have to get something, a graphic, because we can do it right in-house. So it goes right with the display. We also do warehousing. So we can keep the displays here. The clients just call us, tell us the name of the trade show, and then we do everything. We set it up at the show. We make sure it gets there. We hire the labor. We will do any electric or any show services that they may need. We can also do, it's not necessarily always trade shows. During COVID, in the beginning, we still like to keep our printers running, and we were doing banners for birthday drive-bys and graduation yard signs. So our philosophy is there is no job that is too big or too small for us. So don't hesitate to contact us. If you think that, well, I only need one yard sign, we can do one yard sign. It doesn't have to be hundreds of them. We can do one at a time for you. So we can do anything from banner stands. We're now offering posters and banners, yard signs, all kinds of things for that would do for COVID, for going back to work. We have floor signage. We can do face masks that are personalized, and everything that we do, we can design, layout for you. Nothing goes out of here until we have approval from the client. And we have a designer on staff that will design for you if you don't have the design available, or you can send in a design and we can print that for you.
So can I ask you, thank you. Can I ask you a question about the exhibits? So obviously with, there's a lot of places where you can't have mass gatherings at the moment. And even though we're easing restrictions in the coming weeks, hopefully, we'll sort of get back to trade shows. But can you give me an example of maybe some of the trade shows that you guys have been a part of in the past, just to kind of give a scope of, what you're able to do?
We do for clients that have software. So we've gone to Oracle Open World, a lot of pharmaceutical companies we work with, AAPS, DIA. We've gone to those shows. We also have a client that goes to the auto show in Detroit every year. We have a client that does building supplies. Our clients vary, so it depends upon the show that they're going to. A lot of things are dependent upon what the client feels that they want to go to for the coming year. So it really depends upon what they're doing. But we have shows and small shows.
I was going to say, like you said, too, you not only do larger companies, but you will do smaller ones as well. So
absolutely.
So for a smaller company who maybe wants to exhibit at a chamber event or something else in the community, you'll help with the tablecloths and the signage and maybe any brochures, or someone who's looking to maybe redo their marketing or even up their marketing game a little bit, right?
Yes, and we also offer rentals. So we have clients that they're going to a trade show, but they're not sure that they want to invest the money into a display. So we can guide them with whatever their budget is, that maybe they'll have just banner stands, or they'd want to rent a pop-up display. Or a lot of clients don't want to spend the money on one big display, maybe a 30 by 40 or a 20 by 20 display. And because they're only going to use it one time, they want to see how it works out. If you rent from us, obviously you get a decent rate for a rental as opposed to purchasing. And with that, you can change it out every year. We can change out the graphics for you if you wanted to rent the same booth again and again. And since we store the booth for you, you wouldn't have to pay storage fee because it is a rental. And that could be just a tabletop display. You would buy a table drape that you could use over and over again. We can do a tabletop display for you. You wouldn't have to purchase it if you didn't want to, because you want to know how the market is at the time.
Yeah, and there's so many different options too. I know I've been out to a number of different shows, and they're look, almost sky's the limit for this, right? For options.
Absolutely.
But it's very imperative for those who are looking for something like this, or those folks that want to engage you. You're the expert in the field here, clearly, and it requires that consultative type approach, because not one size fits all, right?
That is correct. Every show is different. And because of that, we will work within your budget. Depending upon what the client has for a budget, we can recommend what is going to work best for them, whether it's going to be something small, something large. We also do a lot of things that we send directly to the reps' homes for our clients, and then it may just be a banner stand or a tabletop display that they're taking to a particular client, maybe a doctor's office. Or they're doing a smaller show in a hotel. And that way we would send it directly to their home. We always include setup instructions, and my cell phone number is on every piece of paper that goes out of here. So if there's any question about how do I set this up? How do I do this? How do I get it back? There's always prepaid labels for them to send it back. Then we take care of all that for them, and they have a person that they can call and say, I have a question. What should I do? And I answer the phone and call, or I'll call them back.
Yeah, so two things. One, that's extremely convenient, because I know there's a lot of folks that would have it sent to their corporate office, and they have to go pick it up or coordinate it, getting it in their car, and hey, I need help from this person and that person. So yeah, to send it directly to home is great. And you are true to your word. Your phone number is on every piece of paper that leaves. I know you get calls all hours of the evening, for different reasons. And I think the community and your customers appreciate that type of availability. It says something about your company.
Well, we know that anyone can go online and they can get something. They don't know what it is, but if they're dealing with us, they will get the personal service. And like I said, we will help them out. We're always trying to save money for our clients, because if we can save you money, you'll come back again. And that's what we want. We want a client base that we treat as family. We treat every client as if they are our only client. And a lot of our clients really think that we only have one client. Because we give them the personal service that they need.
And I think that's wonderful. I wanted to go back to something that you were saying. Oh, see, do you want to get that? Is that
No.
hot?
There's other people here.
Say somebody calling you. They saw you on Facebook.
I know.
I want to go back to something that you had said earlier regarding I've been out, just doing some essentials with grocery shopping and places like that. And I've been seeing a lot of signage with the COVID situation. So whether it's 6 feet apart, you must wear a mask, set up your groceries behind the plexiglass, that sort of thing. So navigate our folks through maybe some of the options. So even if you don't have a retail setting, you're likely to be in maybe some kind of office environment, which is going to have constant reminders or instructions on what to do. So navigate us through that a little bit, and maybe some folks will have some questions around that.
One of the things that we are offering is we did personalized face masks. I think you can see they're just personalized there with our logo on them.
Cool.
So we can personalize them with your company name, with anything you want on them, actually. We also have this great material that we've been printing on that it's for the floors. We have some on our carpet so that, we've been walking over it. We have some outside in the elements so you can have things outside. It's really nice because it's non-skid. So what we're doing with that is using that as, 6 feet apart. Welcome, glad to have you back. We're also on the material it's the same material that we're using, and we're putting it on the carpet. And that's something, even if you went to a trade show, you could take it, lay it down on the carpet. It peels up nicely, so it doesn't leave any residue on a rental carpet. And that's something that a client could use at a show and have their website or something on there. We're also offering, we have the signage for the wall signs. We have clings for doors. We pretty much can print anything that you need. We can print up to 60 feet wide, and we can go, usually the rolls of material are 150 feet long. So we can laminate, we can print. And again, we don't send anything out until we get proof approval from the client. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of things for COVID that we've been doing, even if it's an outdoor sign for drive-through for restaurants that you want a yard sign. But there's a lot of things because we can print everything. And like I said, if you only need one, we can do more than one.
And I also observed too, when we were taking the tour, and again, this is something that sticks with me. That's how impactful it was. Is that nothing leaves your office without it being inspected and 100% the way the client wants it to be.
We also photograph everything before it leaves. We have a packing list that goes with we put a packet in with everything that has instructions, setup instructions. It also has return instructions with the labels, but it also has a photo of whatever was being sent. We also take a picture of the packaging. Sometimes when the clients are going to a hotel and it gets delivered to the hotel doesn't necessarily take it to the correct room. So we can send, and I'll get a call from a client and saying, I can't find my shipment. Do you know where it is? So I will call the hotel. I will send them a picture of what the actual shipment looked like, if it was a box, if it was a case. And it's amazing how quickly they can find it when they have a picture, but nothing leaves here without a photograph.
Yeah, no, that's great. It's a completely thorough way to do it. Pat, can I ask you how you got started in this business?
Well, I was a teacher in Florida, and I was actually Teacher of the Year there. I left Florida, moved back to Pennsylvania. I grew up here, and I went to an employment agency, and they had, because I did not want to get back into teaching for a while, and they said, "Oh, we have the perfect job for you," and it was with another trade show company, and that other trade show company, I was there for a couple of years. They went out of business, and then I opted to open Pearl. And that's where everything started. And that's been 15 years now.
Unbelievable. So when did you move into your space on High Street there?
In 2008, we've been here. We own the building here. That's why we have the storage and a loading dock so that if clients need to send in, one of the things that we do also is clients will send in their literature, their giveaways, and then we pull and pick from those for the things that they want to go to the trade shows. And so we store those things for them too. So we have a loading dock so that the larger trucks can come in and deliver and pick up from us.
Gotcha. So when do you see things starting to ramp back up again? Have you seen shows canceled through a certain date, or kind of explain to me what the...
Yeah, they originally started canceling back in March. We knew that things were stopping, and then it was okay. We're going to see what happens. Some of the bigger shows we had hoped, a lot of them moved to the fall, and a lot of them have moved completely over to 2021. There are more shows that are going virtual. There is a big event in Boston. It's called EDUCAUSE, and that has just gone to a possibly virtual, but possibly face-to-face also. So that's the first one that we're seeing that's actually doing some face-to-face. I have had some shows go out, but they are the smaller shows that are going to a hotel because there's less people there. If you've got 10, 20,000 people that normally go to an event, that's not going to happen. Yeah. So I do have some things in December that we have not heard that they have stopped yet, but going into, usually the summer is not a big time for trade shows. People are on vacations. So we're just looking to see what's going to happen. But the other thing that we have also is a lot of companies are not allowing their employees to come back into the office until September, and they're still on that no fly, no travel. And that's from the companies. So it depends upon what they're doing. I am planning on a banner year for next year because I think people are going to pick back up. A lot of the clients that we do serve, they do like that face-to-face, and some of them are not doing any virtual shows because they need that face-to-face with clients. So they're not going now, but they are scheduled for next year.
So you're looking for a banner year, whether that was pun intended or not. I love it. Tell me about the promotional items that you do. I know you said you know, with the COVID, you did the face mask, but you've also done a lot more in the past. Tell me a little bit about
that. We do any kind of promotional items. If you want mugs, I actually had someone that was looking for a duck holding a football. And yes, those are actually mouse pads. And
it's a note. I got a notepad.
It's a notepad, but it's actually to do a mouse on it.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yep. The back part of it, right? Yeah.
It is. So we can do anything. We've done sunglasses, we've done umbrellas. Again, it depends what event you're going to, what you're trying to do. We had some things in New Orleans, so we had things that were based around New Orleans. We did some things, there were some Disney shows, so we had some things that had Disney things to do with them. There's a lot that we can do. We have taken it off of our website for the link that we had. It's better just to contact us because the pricing is better when you call us rather than going and looking. If you're looking for a pen, it's going to come up. There are 10,000 pens. We can tell you which ones work the nicest. We have a lot of things like people like the little markers. There's different things that we can do. So we've just recently, I did some mugs for a client that is opening their office back up, and they don't want people having the plastic cups. They want them to have their own mugs. So we put their logos on those. Cool. Anything that we do, even the sanitizing stations that we're offering now for COVID, those things can be personalized, customizable, so that you can have your company logo on them. We can also ship them to a trade show. We can do it as a tabletop or a floor model. So promotional items, anything that we do like that can have your logo on it.
See, everybody, this is why you need to reach out to Pat and the Pearl Exhibit Group, because there's so many options for you with so many different budgets. So Pat, what else would you like to share before we go? Because I do have something to wrap up the interview with. Anything else you'd like to share?
No, if anyone wants to come in, we're located at 265 West High Street. We'd love for you to come in and just take a look at what we can offer you, or just shoot me an email and I will have one of my salespeople come and show you what we can do.
Yeah, and by the way, your showroom is also very nice because you have actual working, it looks like an exhibit floor with all the different options between, banners and backdrops and cutouts and that sort of thing. So if you're really looking to visually, get stimulated by ideas, your showroom is a great place to hang out, if you will.
We have no problem taking some of those things to the clients. We do that a lot to prospective clients, and just take things into them and show this is how easy it goes together. This is how you can do it. And if somebody purchased something that looked like it might be a little bit difficult for their reps to put together, we will go and train everybody on it.
Oh, cool.
How to do that.
No, that's great. Well, Pat, since we're the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce, I have 3 rapid fire questions for you as we wrap up this interview. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. What is your favorite food?
Oh, I've got to say Cheetos.
Cheetos, nice. So do you wash your hands of the cheese or do you lick your fingers?
Oh, no, I have to wash my hands. I make a mess.
Okay. All right. Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a cat.
A
And
cat?
I have fish. I actually have fish in my office, too.
Okay. The cat, a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
Girl. What's her name?
Catalina.
Catalina. Nice. What is she named after?
Just my daughter named her.
Okay. Very nice. Love it. And your favorite TV show that you're watching right now?
Well, right now there's not much on. So we've been watching the Food Network a lot.
Okay. All right. Good. You like to cook?
I do. And actually, after retirement, one of the things, which is going to be for a while, one of the things I'd like to do is take gourmet cooking classes.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Maybe you'll learn how to make Cheetos and then you can just make
No,
your own Cheetos from there.
it's better to go to the store and get them. That's my downfall. I try to stay away from those.
Yeah, I know they're a slippery slope for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Pat, thank you so much for being a guest today. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank
We'll bring Drew back in here for a moment. Folks, thank you for tuning in to Chamber Chat Live here with the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce. If you like to be featured on Chamber Chat Live, please drop us a line at podcast@tricountyareachamber.com. Drew, do you have a hankering for some Cheetos right now?
I do, but here's the tip. You can't eat Cheetos and, mess around with all those displays, right? You can't have all that cheese on your hands and be touching all kinds of stuff, right? Exactly. Wow, what a delightful interview. I learned a ton already. And wow, I'm going to be reaching out as well because I've got some ideas for future sets and whatnot for Chamber Chat Live right there at the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce. Got some ideas there. It's going to be pretty, something like Between the Two Ferns type of approach right there at the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce. Listen, on behalf of the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce, we would love to thank our guest, Pat Loux of the Pearl Exhibit Group. Delightful. You're always welcome back to hang out with us. I know that you do a lot for the community, and pretty much everybody out there is trying to get the word out about their business, and this is what this is all about. As Bill has mentioned, if you are a local business and would like to be featured here on Chamber Chat Live, reach out to the Chamber, as Bill mentioned a little bit earlier. We would love to feature you. We'd love to get to know a little bit more about your business and get some exposure for you. Likewise, if you're watching this, no matter where you're watching this, in the multitude of groups that we've shared this to, a lot of the different pages that we've shared this to, listen, this is all about serving our local communities. And listen, Pat's business could probably use even more exposure. Do us a favor, head over to Pat's Facebook page at the actually Pearl Exhibit Group's page. You see the link right above in the description somewhere. Go ahead and click that. Make sure that you give that page a like and a follow. Go ahead and support them. That's probably the least thing that you could do. And also share this Facebook Live. Listen, there's all kinds of businesses and people in the community that need to get some assistance with their business. And this is what we're all about. We want to get that exposure. We want to help support the community. And that's just a small way that you can do it to help support Pat's business here in the Pottstown and Tri-County local area. So that's going to conclude today's show. We invite you to come back and join us next Monday and next Tuesday. We've got 2 more community Facebook Live business spotlight videos and Facebook Live sessions with Chamber Chat all lined up. So join us again next Monday and Tuesday at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't watch it live, catch it on replay, and just do us a favor. Go ahead and share the show. With that said, again, thanks so much for hanging out with us today, Pat. And Bill, as always, you did an amazing job. And just stick around for a little bit after the show, and we'll hang out for just a few minutes.